Finding love used to be instinct. Now it feels like a game. You don't approach, you swipe. You don't feel chemistry, you analyze profiles. And the worst part, you think you are choosing, but you are being chosen. Because behind every match is an algorithm learning how to keep you alone. And today, we are breaking down how dating apps are quietly reprogramming your instincts and why the more you use them, the harder real connection actually becomes. Picture this: lights off. Your phone is the only thing lighting your face. You say, just 5 minutes. Swipe, swipe, swipe. A match. Dopamine. Now, multiply that by millions. Because over 60 million people are doing the exact same thing right now. You open the chat, you type something, you delete, you type again, close the app. Tomorrow, you will do it again. Not because you're desperate, but because it feels like progress. But here's what you haven't realized. You are not getting closer to connection. You're getting better at the system. Before apps, attraction was human, messy, unpredictable, and real. You notice things like eye contact, energy, presence. But now, everything is reduced to photos, height, and a bio. Researchers say apps have radically transformed how we connect, and not always for the better. We didn't simplify dating, we flattened it. Now your brain isn't asking, how do I feel around that person? It's asking, do they qualify? And here's the trap. 37% of people say there are too many choices on the dating apps. Too many options. Sounds like freedom? But it kills instinct. You don't feel first anymore. You filter first. And if that already sounds familiar, you're going to want to stay for the next part, because this is where it gets intentional. Dating apps don't maximize connection, they maximize engagement. One app alone made 1.9 billion in a single year. That's not love. That's a system. If you find someone and leave, they lose. So what do? They keep you in the loop. Just enough matches, just enough attraction, just enough hope, but never enough to live. You ever notice this? The people you really like almost match or disappear. That's not random. That's called a near-miss effect. One of the most addictive psychological triggers. And it works. Because over 75% of Gen Z users say they feel burnt out using dating apps, but they still come back. You think you're unlucky, but you're being optimized. If this is hitting a little too close, pause for a second and just notice your own habits. Because the real damage isn't happening on the screen, it's happening to you. The biggest damage isn't rejection, it's adaptation. You start using apps to kill boredom, feel something, avoid loneliness. You are not dating, you are regulating. And despite all this connection, loneliness is still rising. That's why we normalize ghosting, breadcrumbing, half-effort conversation. You type delete and disappear. Because when humans become profiles, empathy drops. It's easier to ignore a screen than a person, and slowly you lose your edge. Eye contact feels intense. Silence feels awkward. Rejection feels unbearable. Because you train yourself to stay in the controlled environment. So, how do you take that back? You don't fix this by improving your profile. You fix it by breaking the loop. Step back, even briefly, reset your brain. Put yourself in real environments where attraction isn't filtered, it's felt. Start small: eye contact, presence, conversation. You were never bad at connection, you were just trained out of it. If you have been feeling this, you are not the only one. And this channel is where we break down the patterns most people never question. If you want more content like this, real insights, no noise, just clarity, subscribe. Because the next video may be the one that shifts how you see everything. No noise, no rush, just my takes and chill vibes.